Chapter 29 Helping Hands. Mike and his team had been finishing off the office repairs for what had seemed days. It was to all intents and purposes only a one-day job, some plasterboard, filler, paint, but after repeated stops due to spinning blue halos and voices and floating faces they had finally done it. "Right, lads, we are done," said Mike, wiping his hands as he started to descend his stepladder. Mike's words had just trailed off into nothing when the hairs on the back of his neck stood on end, a prehistoric precursor, an animal survival response, to something unknown about to happen. Unseen and silent, 4 people appeared in the center of Sebastian's office. As Mike felt his animal survival warning go off, he turned to see 4 people looking back at him. 3 he recognized, 1 he did not. The shock once again made him fall off his step ladder. "This job is jinxed, lads," said Mike, lying on the floor. One of the arrivals turned to face Mike and politely explained, "Hi, my name is Dellie, are you okay?" Getting up off the floor, Mike turned to face the new arrival. "Yes, I'm fine, thank you, but I'm starting to get a little annoyed at all the interruptions. We'll never get this job finished at this rate." "That's good. I am sorry to be a nuisance, but we need to speak to Mr. Sollers." "Could you arrange for us to meet him?" asked Dellie. "What are you asking me for? He stood right there," said Mike, more than a little confused, looking around the room before pointing at Sebastian. "Not that Sebastian, the Sebastian from here," explained Dellie. Mike stopped for a few seconds, processing what the Dellie chap had just said. "I'm sorry, Dellie, whoever you are, but there is only one Sebastian and he is currently tied up with Mr. Burke." As Mike finished talking, he leaned to one side only to see Barnaby stood next to Sebastian. "What's going on?" "I am sorry," said Dellie, "but I appear to be confusing you all. Why don't you go on your way and forget the last 10 minutes and perhaps the next 5? I think it will be easier on you all." And with that verbal instruction, the men picked up their tools and traipsed off. "Right, Sebastian, I suggest you find your Earth number 2 compatriots. We have a lot to get through and not a lot of time to get through it, which does seem just a little ironic in the circumstances." "Right, yes, of course," said Sebastian as he walked off to find what he hoped was Katie, sat outside the office. If anyone was going to know where Sebastian was, it would be her. "Hello, Mr. Sollers, I thought you were with Mr. Burke," said Katie as Sebastian opened the door. "Hello, Katie. What I'm about to say will not make much sense, but can you please find me and ask me to come to my office, please?" Katie looked at her boss and was immediately concerned that her boss had had a mental episode, but did as he wished all the same and called Sebastian's mobile number. He picked up almost immediately. "Yes, Katie, what is it?" asked the dislocated voice. "Mr. Sollers, can you come to your office, please? There is someone here to see you." "And who might that be?" asked Sebastian. "You, sir," replied Katie, putting the phone down. Sebastian, Earth number 2, looked at Barnaby. "I may need your help, Barnaby." No more than 5 minutes later, Sebastian and Barnaby walked into his office to find 4 people already stood there. 3 he recognized and 1 he did not. The problem was 1 was him, the other Barnaby, and the 3rd Drive Robert. The 4th, the stranger, was the one to speak first. "Everything is okay, Sebastian. I can explain everything,"